full throttle. Oh, feel the power. That's 50. Oh, ladies and gentlemen, hello. My name is Dietrich, and today on this very windy day, we are test driving a 2025 Honda Civic LX. This is the entry-level Honda Civic. 150 horsepower, 4-cylinder. That's actually down by 8 horsepower from last year's model. And it didn't really have 8 to lose, but here we are. For many, many years and many, many moons, the Honda Civic was the sporty choice for an entry-level compact car. You know, if you didn't have a lot of money, but you wanted something that was still fun to drive, a Civic LX with a 5-speed manual was always a great choice. Honda makes very sweet engines. They make very sweet gearboxes, and the suspensions and everything on those cars meant that they drove well, even if you didn't buy the high-end model. It's not really the case anymore. This car still drives well, but it really, to me, doesn't feel sporty in any way, shape, or form. Of course, the 5-speed manual is a thing of the past for sure. And look at this wind. This is amazing. It's like I'm driving into a sandstorm. The steering is light and numb. The chassis refinement is actually very good as far as what the chassis is actually capable of, and that's not surprising considering the fact that Honda also builds the Civic Si, the Integra Type S, the Civic Type R on this same chassis. So it does handle well. It just doesn't encourage you to hammer it. It's actually a very comfortable car. The ride's very smooth. The acceleration is very sedate, but very smooth. Like, for just a pure commuter car, this is excellent. If you want the classic Honda sportiness, I'm afraid you're gonna have to step up and get an SI. Because even the Civic Sport, who cares? That doesn't really feel much better. You don't even have a sport mode in this car. For drive modes, you can put it in Eco or normal. I can drop the transmission down to S and put the transmission in a sport mode. So what you do when you do that is you basically just tell the CVT to hold a higher RPM. So that does give you better throttle response because the engine's at a higher RPM generating more horsepower. But I don't know. It's not, to me, it's not a huge difference. And I think people get the wrong idea sometimes when they watch my videos. Because a lot of people who watch my videos, you may be watching this because you just bought a Honda Civic LX. And I find it strange that so many people who just bought the car want to go watch videos about it. I initially figured I was making these videos for people who were shopping for a new car, interested in a new car, but at least a lot of the comments I get is people who already bought it. And you may think I'm hating on your car, and I don't know what I'm talking about because you think your car drives great. I'm not really hating on your car. I'm giving you my opinion on your car, and you have to kind of understand that my frame of reference could be very different from yours. If somebody had a 2012 Toyota Corolla and they finally decided they wanted an upgrade and they wanted something different, and they went and traded it in at a Honda dealer for a 2025 Civic LX, excuse me, I'm sure it would seem fantastic to them. Nicest car they've ever driven. Because before the 2012 Corolla, they had a 1999 Nissan Sentra. So if you love your Honda Civic, congratulations. And it does handle well. I mean, there's no question that you can feel there's a very capable chassis underneath you. Just the little things. The engine's not real excited to rev, and that may be the transmission also. And the steering is just light and numb and bleh. But great commuter, comfortable, Smooth ride. Probably fuel efficient. I haven't done my test on it yet, but this one's rated 41 on the highway. Although I will say that when I tested a 2022 Civic Sport on my fuel economy route, it was disappointing. So I'm hoping for better with this one. It's got 8 less horsepower, baby. It's got to give me better gas mileage. Come on! Sound like Joe Bluth. Oh, come on! What kind of business is going on there, but I don't want to be involved in it. Let's see, that's about 60 miles an hour on a decent road, so it's pretty refined. I am getting a little bit of wind noise, but it's super windy today. I don't know if you can see the trees and stuff. Driving out, I'm driving back towards my home now, so driving out, I had to dodge a couple of tumbleweeds, which I always find funny in Orange County, California, because it reminds me of the Old West, even though this is definitely not the Old West. This is the New West, baby. Put it into sport. Oh, feel the power. You don't even have paddle shifters on this car at this price point. But you probably don't really need them. You can put it in sport if you want higher RPM, and then there's another setting which is L. That's low. So you would use that if like you were in snow or icy conditions. Probably could be helpful, especially driving slowly, going down icy curved roads and such. Brakes feel fine. Yeah, this car's, Civics of yore were just felt a little bit more special. And I don't really know when they lost it. Probably when you couldn't get a manual on a base model anymore. Probably would be about that time. Oh, there's a tumbleweed. No, that's a stick. That's a branch. I'm sure you've noticed my camouflage shirt sleeves in the picture. This is a Belgian camouflage jacket, military surplus that I bought off of eBay for like $25. And I decided to wear it today because it was actually pretty cold when I left the house. It's still kind of cold because it's super windy. I still haven't decided if I like it or not. So tell me in the comments if you think it looks good. Got the leaves flying around. Yeah. CVT. This car would be considerably better if they made the 1.5 liter turbo engine standard, but probably cost wise that doesn't make a ton of sense for them, I would think. Even if they kind of detuned it to run on regular gas and it just had like 175 horsepower and 185 torque or something, that would almost immediately maybe make this the best car in its class. If they did that, and if they put the bigger screen with the wireless Apple CarPlay as standard, that would immediately make this the best car in its class, I think. It's that close. Because I do think this engine is just bleh. I've never liked this engine in any Honda I've driven it in. It's really bad in the friggin' HRV. That car's a joke. And this screen is kind of a downer. But hey, you know, it's a $25,000 car in 2025, so unfortunately, inflation's a real thing and it's still with us. It's not immune to wind. I feel the wind in it. That's interesting. Some cars don't get pushed around by the wind on the road. This one kind of does. And anyway, that's pretty much all I have to say. I'll post my full review on this vehicle, and y'all can let me know what you think in the comments. Like my video, subscribe to my channel, stay out of the wind, and have a great day. Bye-bye.